Hi, welcome back to Post TV, live from NAB 2013. I'm Randy Altman with Post Magazine. That's Mark Loftus.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
As well. We're here today with Steve Bannerman from Assimilate and one of his partners, Jason Quast from Versatile Distribution Services.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
So Steve wants to talk 4K, which a lot of people seem to be doing here at the show, so I'm just going to let you dig in.
Well, hey, first of all, it's great to see you.
Same here.
So, yeah, the reason I want to talk about 4K is not just because it's sort of the theme of the show, right? But we're sort of welcoming everyone to the 4K world. I mean, Scratch has been doing 4K since 2009, right? We have customers today that are delivering 4K features to Sundance, to film festivals around the world, and so it's an environment that we've been in since the very first Epic was delivering 5K really to the market, and so we're starting to see a real opportunity now for the industry to shift to the promise of these digital cameras, right? Because everybody's got these great cameras that have these really cool raw formats, and they're, for the most part, shooting something else, right? Whether it's ProRes or something like that, because they're sort of nervous about the 4K workflow, the expense and the complexity of it, right? And if you've ever tried to hook a computer up to a Christie projector and get it to play back in real time in 4K, you know that it's a trial and error kind of process, and it's not trivial to be able to do that. But the tools are now starting to become available and democratized from a hardware perspective, that you can marry it with technology like Scratch, and you don't need big iron to be able to do 4K. A lot of people think I got to go buy a $200,000 system, and it's really going to take me 3 weeks to get it set up and make it work, and that's just not true anymore. And so we've partnered with Jason and Versatile Distribution Services because they're building, they're an HP OEM, and they're building a hardware-based solution that is optimized for 4K, where we have the right hardware, the right drivers, the right software, everything works when you plug it in, right? And so you've got a mature workflow, you've got a democratized workflow that people can afford, and you take the voodoo out of it, and it just works. And so that's what people ought to be talking about at the show, right, instead of what they're going to do with 4K. It's like, what have we been doing with 4K?
Jason, can you talk about some of these systems Steve mentioned?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. So what Versatile Distribution Services do, we're an HP OEM, and we support manufacturers in the DCC space, in the media and entertainment space, such as Assimilate and other leading manufacturers that produce NLE systems. And through our relationships with HP and AMD and NVIDIA and various storage manufacturers, we provide a turnkey, tested, bulletproof system that really takes it demystifies it, and it makes it easy for the customer experience. And what we want with that customer experience is when we're shipping a turnkey 4K Assimilate system, and we provide that fulfillment service as well, and it'll land on that customer's dock. When they open it up, it's ready to go. It's ready to go.
Turnkey, bulletproof, that's what they're looking for.
Absolutely, absolutely. And because of what Steve talked about, the perceived complexities of 4K, we remove all of that, and it allows them, again, to have that turnkey system. They plug it in, turn it on, connect it into their network, and they're immediately can be working in a 4K workflow.
Nice.
Can we talk a little bit about what you're showing on the booth? Is there a preview of anything?
Well, what we're showing on the booth is 4K workflow. So, I mean, again, so we've got Jason's system set up with ASO 4K monitors. We've got a 4K video wall, and yes, we are previewing Scratch 8. But again, I think that there's some really cool features in Scratch 8, right? I mean, there's some things that we're doing that are cloud-based, some things that we're doing with remote grading and stuff like that. But really, the benefit, the thing that people care about is that for the first time now, 4K allows us to work in the raw formats for these cameras, right? So we've got these great cameras, and no one's been able to leverage the benefits of the raw workflows. And so that's what we really care about now. Is that we are working in RE RAW, R3D RAW, the Canon C500 RAW, all of this stuff just works in Scratch. And that's the stuff that nobody's ever seen before, right? I mean, that's what we're showing in our booth, and that's what we really care the most about.
Well, thanks, Jason and Steve, for taking the time to come and visit with us.
Thank you very much.
Come and see real 4K at Assimilate.
We'll be back shortly. Thanks so much.
We'll be back in just a bit.